Thanks, Zainab, for handing over to me. Good morning to my lovely viewers all across the world. My name is Emeka Ozurumba, and this is your Poetic Interlude segment. Today on our Poetry Travails, we're going to traverse to the U.S., OKC in Oklahoma, where we're going to be with an American poet, James Coburn. Good morning, Mr. James.
Good morning. It's nice to be here.
Oh, yes. Mr. James is a retired journalist and also a poet who has written lots of beautiful books like Colors of the Metaphors of the Rainbow with Mbisa Cherasa, who's a Zimbabwean poet. Mr. James, you're going to be reciting some pieces for us, some brief pieces. One is titled Ebb Tides. So can you recite your piece for us?
Yes, I'll start out with After the Setting Sun.
Okay.
Then I'll read Ebb Tides.
Okay, after the setting sun. Okay.
All right. There was a hole in my life when the Edmund sun was shuttered. All those people, all the stories I listened to rest within me. Faces photographed, written words reached a mountaintop for a clearer vision of myself. Hemispheric currents linked oceans as change was inevitable. But the whole filled a sacred ground flowing into a river, carving a canyon grand under a starry sky, endlessly. How lovely the symphony plays when the clock stops in silence and old tunes expand in the heavens. The lingering smell of ink, tapping of the keyboard, unsettling newsroom conversations into long days and nights ended when locking the back door and turning out the lights. Deadlines were somehow managed. Fleeting anxious moments prime me to give my best. And I have absorbed all the kindness given to me and realized that witnessing life is a blessing here on a remote planet like none other.
Okay, Ebb Tides now.
Okay. I'm haunted by the Vanity Fair magazines I threw away from the 1980s and 90s. Had to move. I'm haunted by the albums I abandoned when moving exhausted me years ago, the attachments of life. I have remnants from my ancestors, and it haunts me that my family may not keep them, or my street photography from New York City, Boston, and Sandtown in Oklahoma City. Or trash my poetry in a couple of generations, sell my grandfather's gold pocket watch, that collected time, expectations of life. An 1880 scrapbook from New Orleans, postcards from the 1920s, the diary and letters of a World War II Marine in Soissons, France, a sudden rain, and the way variegated light from a window crosses a dim room, with some specks of stardust from the moment of my birth passing into the opaque night will survive, passing, penetrating in colors never seen. And this will not be remembered by me. It will be broad as moonlight and swift as imagination, congealing in what distilled within. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks so much, Mr. James, for your poetry. We do appreciate your voice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, my lovely audience all across the world, we've just been listening to James Coburn from OKC in the US with his lovely serenading poems, Ebb Tides and After the Setting Sun. Right now, I'm going to transit to Tene Chimelo to continue the program with Entrepreneurial Spotlight.